love a whole roasted chicken. It is incredible because you get so many cuts from one bird. You could feed a whole family. Most people are intimidated by it, but I'm gonna show you how to make it on the smoker today, and just as easy to do it in your oven. My philosophy, if you're gonna eat meat or chicken, eat the best possible. So today we have our whole chicken from Force of Nature, where they go far beyond just organic. It is regenerative. It's healthy, it's free range, no antibiotics, pasture-raised. Basically, it's gonna taste better. So we're gonna start by defrosting this bird, and then we're going to dry brine it, which basically means you're gonna salt it, leave it uncovered in the fridge overnight, and your bird is going to look like this. The skin has tightened up. This helps facilitate an even seasoning of that salt throughout the entire chicken. And because it draws a lot of that moisture from the skin, it's gonna crisp up really nicely at the end. Now it's time to make the marinade. First, we're gonna add in our harissa paste, some black pepper, some smoked paprika, ground cumin. Everyone holds a zester like this. Easier way to do it, hold like so, and turn your citrus. This allows you to gather all of that citrus up here, and then you can see exactly how much you're adding into the end product. So when you're done zesting your orange, you can say, all right, that's about a teaspoon. Lemon zest, same deal. Next, we're gonna grate in some garlic. Whenever I'm making a dish and it calls for 2 cloves of garlic, I double it and make it 4. Smash the garlic lightly. And now we can just grate it right in. And this is some of my favorite olive oil from our partners at Bona Fortuna. Today we're using their everyday olive oil. Some lemon juice. Add a little bit of honey for that sweetness, balance off the heat from the harissa. We're gonna mix this up first, and then we're gonna finish it by seasoning it with salt. You wanna taste it before you add your salt, so you know exactly how much you need to put in. We're gonna take the whisk, mix this up, so it's well combined. Whenever I'm making anything, taste it, taste it, taste it. So many cooks do not taste their food. I don't understand why, but if you taste your food, I promise you, everything you make will come out at least 20% better. What you're tasting for here is something that's gonna coat the bird. We really need that flavor to be strong and powerful. So it should taste good, but a little bit more intense than, say, if it were a sauce. We're gonna squeeze in a little bit more acid, balance off that heat. Now we're gonna season it with some salt. That is good. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil here, just because we wanna add a bit more volume, be able to fully coat the chicken. And you'll notice we're using a whisk instead of a spoon because it helps fully emulsify that marinade or that sauce. So the goal is to get a nice, even cook on this bird. Each part of it actually needs to be cooked slightly differently. And for that reason, there are a bunch of different ways to help accommodate that. My favorite is called spatchcocking. It's really called spatchcocking. I don't know who the hell named it that, but for now, what that means is that we're gonna remove this backbone here, and then we're going to press the chicken down to try and flatten it. What that's going to do is help create much more of an even cook throughout it and help circulate that heat throughout the bird a bit more evenly. Butchering your meat is actually a lot easier than it looks. The first we're gonna do is run your finger here, and you're gonna feel this backbone and make an incision right here. And what we're gonna wanna do is cut alongside that backbone, and then we're gonna come over here to the other side. And just fully cut that backbone right out. And we can take this and keep it, make some stock later. We'll then take this chicken, flip it on over, press down right on the breast of the chicken, and it has no backbone, so it should go straight down. You don't have to fully flatten it, but as you'll see here, it creates a much flatter surface to cook your chicken. So the chicken is spatchcocked, the marinade is ready. Let's get it covered. I'm gonna head upstairs and fire up the Traeger. We're gonna start by spooning this over the chicken. And then we're gonna use our hands to make sure we get it inside the bird. We're coating the outside, and that's just gonna give it so much depth of flavor. I'm gonna hold just a little bit aside to glaze it right at the end. Smoke this thing. The Traeger is set to 225, and we're gonna smoke this low and slow with a probe inserted into the breast of the chicken. We're gonna monitor the temperature and cook it until it reaches 160 degrees, which should take about an hour and a half. So the chicken is basically cooked, coming in at 160 degrees. We're gonna crank the heat on the smoker up to 400, and that is gonna help tighten and crisp out the skin around the outside of the bird. And we're gonna brush it with the remainder of that marinade that we set aside. So we took that bird off the smoker at about 165, 170 degrees. Now we've let it rest for 10 minutes to really let those juices reincorporate into the meat. It's time to plate. We're gonna start off with a bed of greens. We're gonna take that bird, place it right on top, finish it with some of those juices. And there you have it, finished. I'm so happy with the way that this came out. You can truly tell a difference when you're working with great ingredients. And I'm grateful to our partners at Force of Nature for producing some of the best poultry available. I'm gonna eat this chicken leg because that's my favorite piece. Let's give it a try. Just how I envisioned it. Oh my God. The flavor of that chicken is incredible. You can taste that this was a happy bird.